In this video, I go through the home exercises and movement restrictions that I give to my patients who have just undergone arthroscopic surgery to their hip to fix hip impingement. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hip impingement is a condition where the ball and socket of the hip don't fit quite right together, especially in certain positions of the hip, and this can cause pinching of the soft tissue between the ball and socket. The tissue that is most affected by this is something called the acetabular labrum or hip labrum. This is a ring of cartilage that lines the socket of the hip. It helps deepen the socket and helps stabilize the hip. Well, if it's pinched enough, over enough time, it gets torn and can sometimes require surgical repair. The exercises after this have to progress kind of carefully because of course we don't want to undo the repair. The exercises I demonstrate in this video are the ones that I typically use with patients who are about 2 to 4 weeks post-op. Also, there are some movement and weight-bearing restrictions for this stage of rehab, and I'll go through that after I demonstrate the exercises. Before I demonstrate the program, I want to remind everybody, click those like buttons, subscribe, leave a comment. So our first exercise works a really important hip muscle called the gluteus medius. This is the main hip abductor. It lifts the leg toward the side. Maybe more importantly, it stabilizes the hip when the opposite foot is off the floor. So we really need this muscle back. So with anchored resistance, you'll want to be at the countertop or at some heavy piece of furniture to give you a balance assist. And I'm just not doing that so you can kind of see what I'm doing. But imagine I'm standing at a heavy piece of furniture. I'm simply going to raise the leg out to the side, not moving super far, hold for a moment, come back. Moving slowly, purposefully. Also, I'm staying upright in my spine. I'm not counterbalancing myself in this manner, okay? And we'll do 10 to 20 repetitions of this exercise. Now, as you get a little stronger, you can progress this by lying on the side. So in my case, if my hurt leg is my left leg, I'd lay on my right side and I'd simply lift the leg straight up against gravity. Again, hold for a moment, come down. Then my next progression might be to add some resistance by putting a band around the knees, still lifting the leg just a little bit, hold a second or two, come down slowly. This one is hardly an exercise. All you do is lay as I am, lay on your stomach, propped up on your forearms so you're extending your back. What we're really doing here is gently stretching the front of the hip without really applying torque to the hip. And you simply lay like this as long as it's comfortable, up to about 5 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day. This exercise works the hip external rotating muscles, which are some of the main muscle stabilizers of the hip. So with my anchored resistance, lying flat on my stomach, I'm going to move my hip this way. We call this external rotation, so that the foot's moving inward. Only about 30 degrees of movement. That's about that position. Back to upright. Back and forth. Keep it kind of slow. Little hold at the end of the movement. Back to upright. Slowly move inward. Little hold. Back to upright. This exercise activates the gluteus maximus muscle, our butt muscles basically. So laying flat on your stomach with a straight knee, lift the leg just a little bit, just enough to get the thigh off the surface, hold for a second or two, come down. So it's not much movement. Lift up just a little. We don't want to stress that repair, and if we lift the leg too far, we will stress that repair. So that's why we're lifting this really fairly small amount. Up and down, 10 to 20 repetitions. This next exercise works the inside hip muscles or groin muscles, officially known as the hip adductors, adductors. So lying as I am on the back, knees up, feet flat, ball between the knees, simply squeeze the ball. Not max effort, not a max contraction, kind of a moderate intensity, shouldn't hurt. Hold 5 to 10 seconds, ease up on the pressure, repeat. Do 10 to 20 reps. This exercise also primarily works our glute max muscles, but also our side hip muscles, gluteus medius, and our core muscles. So with a band around the knees, keeping some outward tension in that band, simply lift the butt up off the floor, hold for a couple of seconds, come down kind of slow. Lift up, keeping tension in that band, hold for a second or two, come down slowly. Up and down 10 to 20 reps. Our hip muscles and core muscles are very much interrelated, so we have to address core muscle strength in our rehab. One of our first efforts in doing that is this next exercise. We call this the bird dog. Really common exercise, really effective. So on the hands and knees, simply lift opposite arm and leg and hold 10 seconds. Notice I'm not lifting way up high. It's a fairly moderate height lift. The real key is the hold time. 10 seconds, then switch. Hold the opposite arm and leg up for 10 seconds, which seems like a long time when you're doing this. Back and forth 10 times for each side. In the intro, I mentioned some restrictions. So first off, weight bearing. At this stage of recovery, we're at about 50% of body weight for weight bearing. So how do you figure that out? Basically take out the bathroom scale, put your hurt foot onto the bathroom scale while you're using your crutches to help support your body weight, and apply pressure to that hurt side foot gradually until you reach 50% of your body weight. Then shift your weight back and forth a bunch of times just to gain some familiarity as to how much pressure that feels like, and then simply apply that amount of pressure to each step. And again, we're at this 50% of body weight bearing until we're about 4 weeks post-op. Now that can vary because sometimes additional procedures are done in this surgery that necessitate more weight-bearing restriction, so work with your therapist on what's best for you. In addition, we have some range of motion restrictions. Generally speaking, we don't want to stretch the hip at this point because that will stress that repair. But more specifically, we don't want to flex the hip past about 90 degrees. We don't want to rotate the hip inward or outward more than about 30 degrees. Again, that's because that can stress that repair. Those are the home exercises I most often use and give to my patients who have just had arthroscopic surgery to their hip to repair hip impingement. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it helps you get back to what you love to do. As always, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time.